I'm Nina de Rosa, and actually I started Nina Speaks many, many years ago. And I have actually trained a lot of people in this media thing that I brought up to help people like what we're doing right now. Because I've never done this before. So this is on this particular Zoom thing. So I've never done this. I've also got AJ Dean, and she's the co-host for Nina Speaks Media Image. Is going very well. So we've got somebody actually in the waiting room. So I said, I don't like anybody in the waiting room by themselves. So let's bring them on. But they're having a little bit of a technical difficulty somewhere down the line. I don't quite know where it is or what it is, but that's what's happening. But anyway, this is who we are. Nina Speaks Media Image started way back in, oh God, Lord, early 200s. I guess, somewhere like that. You know, it seems like centuries ago. Well, it's quite a long time ago. Anyway, I didn't get any older in that time. I kind of AJ, how are you doing with our guests?
Yes.
With Dilo.
Yes,
it's something I sort of, because it's going live. So whatever we're doing, you're going to see, which is actually the program I have. What we're doing right now is what I want you to perceive. I want you to see it. I want you to understand it. I want you to understand the technical side of it. It's not a matter of me coming in and helping you, you know, how to perform, but also the technical side of it. So I kind of like this because it sort of helps you that these are little glitches. So we have a guest.
He's from London. He's a music and DJ and dance.
Oh my goodness, I love my London. I love my London. Come on, Dilo. Dilo, where are you?
Dilo, we want you here. We need you. He's a great guy. He's wonderful. He does a lot of events in London, and they're amazing. It's telling to upgrade. Okay, that Dilo said it's telling to upgrade. So Jeff, can I ask you on that? Is there any? You need to upgrade then, Dilo.
Go upgrade, Dilo. We all upgraded.
Please upgrade so that you can join the meeting.
You know, it's funny. We decided this is not one. This is our first one we've done on this. Not the first time I've done Zoom. I did a whole magazine on Zoom a couple of years ago for my magazine Elegance. And I did the whole thing because I designed it for her, and we did all the layouts and the whole thing. Nothing went wrong, but that was just one-on-one. So this is a little different. So this is like seeing, this is the world. The world is now listening to me. Hi there. Hi, world. You remember Jackie Gleason? He said, when you go out to play golf, you've got to address the ball. Well, you say, hello, ball. Well, I'm saying hello to the world. Any little sense of humor there. I don't know where deal might take him a little while to upgrade. Has anybody else come in?
Well, I have heard from Georgia Official. She was one of our guests, and she is not, unfortunately, she is not able to make it today. But I do want to let everyone know that. And also, if that's okay, I'd like to do two special shout outs.
Yeah, let's do 2 shout outs. I think one is for that dear sweet Chris Stokes. Is that who it is?
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's our first guest. But the first shout out, Ninon, is Steve. Yes, Steve Bannon, President of Public Relations at Turner Bannon King Entertainment Network, Vegas Limited, Vegas, Paris, and he has done wonderful and beautiful press releases along with Susan King. We want to say a big shout out and thank you and credit to Steve Bannon. He's been absolutely wonderful, tireless and hardworking and very supportive. I also want to give one other.
You got another shout out? Go ahead.
I got one more shout out to Official Lil Blaze. He is an artist, dancer, phenomenal choreographer and model, and he is from London. And I just want to say thank you so much to Official Lil Blaze for introducing us to all of the artists in London and all of the talented, creative dancers there as well. He's been absolutely wonderful. He's awesome.
Well, he'll come on again, won't he? Did he not ask to come on next time?
Yeah, he's going to come on. He's going to come on, but I just want to give a preview.
I also have my show in Vegas because I have another show in Vegas. Vegas Live with Ninon has been going on for 5 years actually in Vegas. We shoot at the Pepper Mill, and I'd love to have him come on, give him some PR as well because he's so good to us. He's amazing. And how's our little deal going? Or is he making a deal?
I'm going to ask him how is it going, and I'm going to see what he says. So in the meantime, though, I do want to introduce you, Ninon de Vere de Rosa. It's my pleasure and my honor. I just want to give a summary for everyone to know. Ninon de Vere de Rosa is an award-winning television talk show host, executive producer, spokesperson, and internet personality. Ninon de Vere de Rosa presents Ninon Speaks Media Image, which is where we are right now at our Zoom meeting. Originally, Ninon from England is now prominently known throughout the world and has a natural affinity for growth and success. Ninon has over 20 years of experience in strategic development, in communications and consulting in public, private, and NGO sectors. It's amazing, with a variety of professionals such as producers, directors, entertainers, investors, real estate owners, business owners, foundations, and entrepreneurs. She possesses extensive knowledge and experience as executive producer and director of internet television and radio talk shows. Ninon has had the opportunity to interview famous and non-famous, infamous entertainers, financial executives, real estate brokers, politicians, educational leaders, as well as highly admired entertainers. And so it is my great pleasure to be working alongside with you, Ninon. It is my honor and privilege and pleasure. You're a delight, and I love this. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you very much. This is amazing because when you talk about all the stuff I've gone through and all the stuff I've done, you don't really realize to yourself whether you've done it, did I really do all that? And is that what's happened? But yes, I left home when I was very young. I was only 16. I had 5 pounds with me, and that's all I had to start my education. My mother and father did not send any of their children to school for whatever reason. I don't know, but we weren't even really home educated. We were kind of educated in an everyday life. And sometimes I look back at that and I think to myself, maybe I had an advantage because I actually saw the real world growing up.
Yeah.
Where school, is that true? I mean, maybe I had an advantage there. I don't know, but I'm going to take it as an advantage. Because all the things I did, I really strive because I didn't have the knowledge for which you would learn in school. I would find another way around it to actually accomplish it or do it. So I kind of went a different route than most people. And sometimes it was hard and sometimes it was lonely and sometimes, but at the same time, with all my knowledge and everything else, I realized that what I've learned and what I've done, I could actually pass it on. So that's what I'm doing now here with Ninon Speaks Media Image. And I see it come on. She obviously doesn't have our background yet because I see all sorts of reports. Now,
hi, Sarah.
See this,
welcome.
Where is this young lady from?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm from New Zealand.
Are you in New Zealand?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
My goodness, you've got kind of a
Yes,
bit of,
I am currently. Yeah.
quite a little different accent there, sort of a bit British, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I had been living there for a couple of years, so
Oh,
I guess I would have picked up something.
you picked up something. Well, where are you originally from?
Originally from
Did you
New
get that?
Zealand.
Oh, you're originally from, you're definitely a New Zealander. Okay. So what is, are you a dancer? Are you an actress? What are you? You are gorgeous, by the way. Let's just get that put aside. You are amazing. What
Yeah,
do you do now?
I'm a dancer, yeah. Pardon?
And what are you doing now? What are you doing? Are you an actress?
At the moment, I haven't done much acting, but I'm kind of modeling and dancing in New
So
Zealand, and I'm teaching gymnastics as well.
How tall are you? You've got to be 5'8", right?
21. Or how tall or how?
No, I was saying, how tall are you? Are you 5'8"? You've got to be tall to be a model. She's
171 centimeters.
Oh, great. How much is that? Hey, AJ, how tall is that? She's going to be about 5'7", 5'8". But anyway, so how do you like New Zealand?
Oh, it's like, yeah, about 5.
I knew she was tall, you see? She had to be tall. So are you going to stay in New Zealand for your career? Or are you going to go to New York as a model?
I would love to go to New York and LA. That's my...
Not so much for modeling, because I lived there and I know it because I was a model, but I was a little shorter. But if you want to be a model in New York, you don't think of anywhere else. Go to New York, okay? And what is stopping you from going?
Visa and COVID.
Visa and money. Well, I would definitely work on the
visa and the virus.
Oh, the virus, that's correct, yes. Okay, so what I will suggest to you is go, because there's only one thing that keeps stopping you is you. You might not like to hear that, but that's the truth. Whenever we don't move forward, we are only in control of this whole with the cars, I don't care what else we have. What we want to do, and that was what I did. My tenacity was really strong. And I realized that unless I decided to do it and I decided to move and it always worked. And to this very day, we still do the same thing. And it works 100%. So if you want it, go and get it. And don't let well, I can't get my visa. Then go to the office and say, I want my visa. Just demand it. Not like that. Be nice.
I just want to introduce Sarah Bernard. I met Sarah she's a phenomenal and wonderful dancer. I met her at Piccadilly Circus when I lived in London. She's a beautiful dancer, and she has great energy. She was lovely to me, always nice, always kind to me. I really appreciate that. And she's very talented, and I think she's going to go very far. Just as you say, Ninon, she's got incredible talent, and she's got one thing about Sarah that I noticed, that she's got lovely drive. She's got focus and drive, and she doesn't mind to break away from the pack and do her own unique style, because that's what makes, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Do we have another guest, or they're all trying to get on? They seem to have a...
I'm just trying to get this background image. I'm just trying to read how to get it.
Oh, do you know? Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
What you do is you go up to your left-hand corner to that little green box. It's like go up. See that green box? Little tiny green, like a.
Yeah.
Click it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Background and filters. Okay.
Now where does she go, AJ?
That's right. Good. And then once you're there, you go to background and filters.
Yeah.
And then you see it says virtual backgrounds and video filters. Okay, to the right of that, you should see a little plus sign. And if you scroll over that, it should say add image or video. You click that, and then you can you click add image, and then you can go to your desktop, wherever it's saved on your PC, and then you can click on that, open it, and then it should come up and be behind you.
I've downloaded the image. It just says
click on it. Click in the middle of it.
Mac needs a higher version.
You're
Oh, see the green screen.
Actually, I think that might be, so the Mac might need, I think, higher RAM or something like that. Is that right, Sarah?
Oh, I think I got it now.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. And so you need a light behind, but yeah, that's basically it. That's kind of cool, actually.
What's happened here?
Okay, so I'll tell you exactly what you need. What you need, Sarah.
Alright.
No,
You're right. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
screen.
A green screen. Yes.
Okay.
You need a green screen. That you can have all the lights you want, because you can try. The lights are great, but you definitely need a green screen. So you can take it off for now, so we can see you.
Well done. Very good try, Sarah. You're
Right.
So anyway, that is a lesson for everybody out there. Whoever's out there, this Zoom thing is easy, but it doesn't tell you that you've got to have all this other equipment. Sometimes they say just make sure you light. I tried the plenty of light bit, and I actually walked around my whole house with my laptop, seeing which was the best part. I couldn't find any place, but what I did is I got it behind me, and I'm fine, right?
Yeah.
Right, AJ?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, you're good.
Okay.
Okay.
So do we have any other guests come on? Anybody can, and by the way, anybody who wants to come in and Zoom with us can definitely do that, and look how this pretty young lady is, how Sarah is. Sarah Bernard, is that her name?
Yes, Sarah Bernard. It's beautiful. And she's wonderful. And I think she's going to go to the top. That's what I think.
But you have to do it yourself.
Yes. I'm just trying to figure out how to not have it on my face now, because it keeps on coming up when I exit out of it.
You have to screen. Oh.
Hello, it's Vibes. It's Ringmaster Vibes. Welcome, Ringmaster Vibes. Hello, how are you?
Ringmaster Vibes, which is spelled V-I. So is that what it is, Vibe? Hey, Vibe, how are you?
Why is that?
Vibe, you're not. I can't hear you. Vibe.
I asked him to unmute. So,
let's do Vibe with Vibe.
I'm good. I'm amazing.
Oh, you're amazing. Now, what part of the world are you in?
Can you hear me now?
England? Your sound isn't.
Got it.
He's gone.
him connect, and I hope others will be connecting as well.
There's another thing. So this is, glad she doesn't have her pajamas on. She has no furniture. Hey, Sarah, you have no furniture.
I have furniture.
You have no furniture.
I think it might.
It's very big, and I just moved in here, so yeah, it's empty.
That's fine. It looks beautiful. Do you like the space, Sarah?
Yes, I love the space, because in London is just, I had no space.
Why did you leave London?
Because my visa was running out, and yes, this virus, so I lost my job. Yeah.
So this has disrupted a lot of people with, like you.
Yeah.
Have our Vibe back again. Hey, Vibe.
Hello.
Hang on a second. Vibe, are you in your car?
Yes, I am.
How cool is that? I love that.
I love it.
I just
So this is another lesson. You don't have to be home. You can be home in an empty room like Sarah. She just moved in and she's getting herself together, but she's got to cope with this virus and everything. So it's kind of mixed people up as to where they're going, what they're doing. Now we have Vibe here. Vibe. Now, Vibe, where are you driving to from, or have you stopped? Or you have stopped?
I was driving for like a whole day. I stopped at my cousin's house, like upstate. I came from Niagara Falls on the New York side.
Really? You're on the show? Are you in the entertainment business?
Of course I am.
I mean, you know, what do you do?
I'm a dancer. But I also make music. Like I make like Afrobeat type of music, dance hall, hip hop. And I also make music. Like I engineer music.
So you kind of, you know, I've noticed in the music industry, and it's fascinating to me that everybody in the music seems to be able to play lots of produced music. I actually have been in many recording studios, and how you just have to sing, because on the computer you can bring in your drums, your piano, your this, your that, and you mix it all together. So Vibe, do you make it very different to mix your music so that it becomes something different?
Repeat that again?
Do you mix your music to be different to everybody else?
I can, of choice. Can of choice.
What do you say?
Of choice, like I could dance to other people. And
You have, well, that's what I'm asking. You have a choice, but to be different and to make something of yourself out there. If you become, if you're the same as everybody else, you're the same. You don't move. But if you make something different, that gives you an advantage to sort of move forward. And I've always said, sometimes, like even in rapping, because I've listened to many of them, you could have like a little bit of jazz behind you, or you could have a little bit of Brazilian music behind you, You could make that a little different by putting a little bars of music behind it, because most people, when they rap, they don't have music behind them. So this is what I'm saying, that you could do something, and it's also like you, Sarah. Make it different. Be different. Don't go the same path as everybody else because you just become part of them. Be different, you know? And I always say, one of my greatest sayings, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. You're an individual. So what would you like to learn, Vibe? What would you like me?
What is your position? What role do you
I have an internet TV show, which is going the end of its 5th year now in Vegas. I interview music people, dancers. I introduce producers, music producers, film producers, politicians, real estate people. I interview everybody. I happen to have a very different things because I've been interviewing so many people, and not me teaching them. I think they've taught me, actually, if I twist it around. But if I could help you, and I don't mean financially help you, because that I don't do, but if I could give you like some advice of where to move and how to move forward and not stay in that rut you're in, because people get in ruts because they're comfortable. And it's easy. But if
most thing I really want help with out of anything right now is create a big following for myself.
A big what?
Following for myself.
Following. Ooh, that's what everybody wants. Okay, I'll tell you how you can do that. This is just a thought. Is why don't you make a boomerang? You know what boomerangs are, right?
I don't.
You don't know what a boomerang? I do boomerangs all day. When I do my show, I do boomerangs. Boomerangs are something, they're about 15 seconds, 30 seconds. I don't know how. You can have it as long as you want. And it moves fast all the time. But it's entertaining, and people love it because it's like, I'm not making a fool of yourself, but it's like, it's something different. The younger generation love that. They love it.
Like TikTok.
Like TikTok, but no. TikTok is the same sort of format, but it's fast.
Right.
Talking on it, you could put some music in the background, which I'm going to try to learn to do. I haven't done that yet, put music in the background. And I really think I need to do that, so I've got to teach myself to do that. But it's a fast moving thing. It's really cool, but it attracts people. And you know how the younger generation, they love to go and they see something and then it goes viral? Well, that's how it goes viral. And that will follow you.
That's what I was just being told from our friend literally just yesterday. He literally...
Well, try that. Keep trying that as much as you possibly can. And just make something different. Just think of something, I don't know, whatever it may be, think of something sort of a little different, okay?
Right.
Now we got somebody else who's come up now. Now we got Bella Fire. Bella Fire. Doesn't she look, doesn't it?
I don't know what my screen did.
Well, I do. And the only reason I'm like being a know-it-all, but I'm not, is you need a green screen, and you can buy them. You can buy a 5'7", and you can buy a 10-foot one. You can buy, and they come in like a circle. I've got one right behind me right now. You need a green screen. They all say you need lights, but you need that as well. As it so happens, you look pretty cool like this. Well, look, you've really got it.
Okay.
I love it.
It's kind of fun, isn't it?
This is she's going out on the road as Bella. Now, you do burlesque dancing, right? You're a burlesque dancer? I can't hear you. Where'd you go?
I'm back now. Yes, I'm a burlesque performer, and I'm actually rocking my naughty teacher look today because I am a professor in higher education. I have a PhD in math education, and I'm the chair of my department at a community college where I teach in Colorado, away from my office for a minute. So I thought I would actually pull on the whole naughty teacher vibe. So I'm going to let my hair down though now that you've seen me all
you can do
academic.
When people do what they just want to do, just kind of do it. You can always. I wouldn't advise you to tell the community college you're sick, because they will immediately tag you on the virus, and then you won't be able to go back for 14 days. So just tell them you've got a headache. I'll tell them that but don't tell them you're sick.
I'm in
This is a meeting.
It is a meeting. Yes, it's a meet and greet.
It's a meeting. This is just fine. There's nothing wrong with this. Now, with all of it, one thing about which I've always commented about the community colleges is if you do not want to pay a 4-year education at a university, you can actually go to the community college for 2 years, and all the degrees, am I right? And all the degrees and everything you've learned to a university. So that helps you with 2 years of paying. Is that's correct, isn't it?
That is correct. And we have general education transfer programs, and then we have career and technical. So it depends on what the degree program is, where students might go. So a lot of the schools have engineering, a lot of the schools have science, research, nursing programs, fire science, paramedic programs. There's all kinds of things that you can do starting at community college and save a lot of money.
And this is good for Vibe to know, and also for Sarah to understand these different sort of ways of doing different things, because this is not only in the music industry that I'm helping, or any of the talents, but also like the community college. I'm so glad you came on. But also, let's go back to your being the dancer, which I love. Did you perform?
I perform all up and down the Front Range. I'm a member of Peaks and Pasties, which is Colorado's 10 members, but I also perform in Denver quite often, and I work with Ooh La La Burlesque, 5280, Punk Rock, Blue Dime Cabaret, and we have shows almost every weekend, and there's some fabulous, fabulous performers here in Colorado. Katie Crimson is very well known, and she is with Ooh La La, as well as Bunny B, and she is the executive.
Hey Jay, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm just in awe of all of this wonderful talent that we have on here.
I have to tell you who AJ is. AJ, actually, the reason she's doing this show with me is because it's exactly what I'm teaching, is that there's so many avenues out there, but you've got to put yourself out there to get into the avenue, because if you don't get on the road, you can't drive. Yeah. And if you can't drive, you can't get to your destination. So AJ had been following a year or so, and she just started out here and there, and I kept saying this AJ was everywhere. I love your stuff, and I get hearts, I get flowers, I get all sorts of things. But she put herself out there. So now I became inquisitive as to who is this woman? Who is this person? And so we got talking and everything, and I told her what I wanted to do, because, with the three of you up here, we just started. This is a practice show, by the way. By the way, world, this is a practice show, so whatever mistakes we made, they're okay. Doesn't matter. Because if you make a mistake, you don't learn.
First, fail is first attempt in learning. And so it's a good thing to fail.
Listen, take it from the teacher. And she's a teacher of the community, so she really knows. I know, but she definitely. Every day is a learning day. Every day something different happens. Pick it up, grab it, take it, use it. And that's for all of you. And I see Vibe is getting very thirsty. Vibe, you're not driving, are you? No, you've parked your car. You know why I know? Because I don't know.
I was parked, but I gotta keep moving. But I'm listening and pay attention, and I'm ready to talk whenever I need to talk.
I'm going to stop and ask a question. Jump in, okay? And you, Sarah, if you want to ask a question from Bella, go ahead.
I do want to. I have something to say. Is that okay, Ninon?
Go. Of course, it's okay.
I just want to ask. I want to introduce Vibes. I met him at Piccadilly. He's an awesome bone breaker, a dancer. He does Afro beats, dance hall. He's an amazing performer, and he's got wonderful confidence, and he was very wonderful to me in Piccadilly. I enjoyed my time. He was one of the best acts there, one of the best dancers and performers. I highly recommend him. And so I just want to give a shout out to him. I also want to shout out to D'Lo Bear. He is an events and a music and dance producer in London. He is wonderful also. While I was there, I met him in Piccadilly, and he does all sorts of events in parks, and especially during this COVID quarantine that we've been going through. He's continued to do that outreach into the community. And I just wanted to mention him as well and give him a shout out as well and credit.
Well, that's wonderful. Do we have anybody else coming on yet?
That's it. As far as I know, I haven't seen any more. Nobody else is in the waiting room, but I am checking.
We have people coming on, but the problem is because of the connection. So they are out there somewhere. I don't know where they are, but they're out there somewhere. But connections are very, very difficult. So I assume that since this is my first show doing this with Zoom, it's exciting to see all of you all in your different places and what you do. Check out what you look like on screen. Check out what's going on. I don't know about you, Bella, but you got humongous eyes.
I do. They're crazy. And they are big. There.
But so you all know you need kind of a green screen. Oh, it doesn't matter. Like we've got Vibe looks great. You've just come in from the car. But however you want to look and whatever you want to present out there, this is what it is and this is how it is. So if you want to upgrade yourself by getting, get yourself prepared and see where you want and what you want. Where is it? Sarah, how can anybody reach you out there?
You mean by
email or by Facebook or Zoom? Get in with you. I don't mean for a date. Well, maybe a date. I don't know. This is not a dating program, but that's okay.
I do put my email on my Instagram for like professional inquiries. So if it's professional, I've got email. If it's just, but I do get a lot of messages on Instagram for a few types of work.
How can they reach you? Do you want to tell them now how they can watch your email address?
I would go Instagram then.
Go to Instagram.
Yeah.
Sarah Bernard.
Yeah, Sarah Barnard.
Barnard. Oh. Yeah. That's totally English,
Is it? Yeah. Well, Bernard, everyone says it's like it's Barnard. Like with an A instead of an E.
Oh, look at this. We now see you. Now Bella's got a different look now.
Oh, wow. I do. I'm trying to move my screen around so you can actually see what I look like versus, the zombie look.
Oh, pretty cool because you've got Nino Speaks in the background right now. That's really cool. Yeah. Look at that.
Well done.
That's really cool. So, Bella, how do you want people to reach you? Because I understand right now, actually, that Denver is becoming very, very popular to move to. Everybody's moving to Denver.
It is. It's a hot spot right now. For me, I have a page I can share that I can show all my links, or I can tell you, but there's a lot of different ways. Facebook is the primary one. Ray on Facebook. But let me share my screen here.
Yes, share your screen. There you go. See, look, this is wonderful. I love this. Even if we're all very amateur, which we are not, none of us are. They're all professionals in what we do. So
can you see that?
I can't see it. No, I can't.
Let me see if it'll come up.
By the way, what do you teach at the community college? What's your main?
I have a PhD in math education, and so I chair the mathematics department.
I love math. Hasn't passed away. You could give him a figure any time, and he had the answer. Incredible at math, but I love math. I love figures.
Can you try share my screen one more time and see if it will?
AJ, can you share it?
It keeps telling me it's enabled.
Did you enable her?
Let me see here. So I do share screen and then multiple participants. I just checked that. Let's go with that. Thank you so much. I apologize. Please forgive me.
That's okay. We use Zoom for school a lot for meetings, and so there is my screen. Can you see that now?
Yes, it's beautiful.
So there's a thing out there called All My Land. If you put that on your profile on Facebook or other places, it'll show everything. And so the other thing I have to point out is I do have an OnlyFans page, and a lot of people assume that's all adult content, which mine is not. I don't have, I have I would say an R-rated site, not an X-rated. I do domestic pinup and some of the burlesque activities that I do on there. And I feel like smart and sexy should not be a dichotomy. And that's what I put out there. And I feel like something should be left to the imagination for me personally. And so that's why my site is like that. And OnlyFans also has a lot of other professional sites. There's people that are involved in the fitness industry, and they do networking and all kinds of other things. So when somebody says OnlyFans, people should not assume it's only an adult content site. So I just want to put that out there.
Can I just say something can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. In this world, that you should not be inhibited by anything you want to put out there, anything you want to do. It's up to the other person how they perceive it and what they want. And you're absolutely right. They should not assume that it is this, this, and this, because it could also be art. It's a different performance, it's something different, but that's what the world is. The world is different. The world, and we must not be inhibited by things that we want to do, as long as we, that stuff out there. That's for another channel, I guess, I don't know. But, if you're a dancer and you do your thing and you do there's nothing wrong in that, Bella, nothing.
And it's one of those and other people may experience this as well, which is why I operate under an alter ego. When you have this professional life and then you have this performance life, it can be that you have to divide yourself and stand between the two at times. And it shouldn't be like that, but it is the thing about the smart and sexy. It should be embraced everywhere, and not something that you are discounted for if you look a certain way or appeal to a certain kind of audience. And
Bella, I relate to that, and I'll tell you why. Can we switch back to the screen now?
Yeah, we need the main screen again now.
Okay. Actually, I went through that. When I first started modeling, I was 16, 17 years old. I was very, very young. And always frowned and looked down on models. And I never quite understood it, because I thought, well, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just putting clothes on and walking on a runway and having photographs taken with beautiful clothes and everything, all that stuff. And I was put down. So I used to, people say, well, what do you do? I said, I'm a secretary. I wouldn't want to tell them, because otherwise they didn't want to know me. I thought, well, this is crazy. But at that time, 16, 17, I didn't know. But I did know that I wanted to be known, so I had to become something else. And you're absolutely right. And that, in this day and age, I don't think that really works.
And it's something, I do a little bit of modeling work as well, and I have just really started doing that, as well as the burlesque. I'm 3 years in, and I came a journey through a very toxic relationship and reinventing my life. And so it's all been very exciting to be the most honest, true version of myself and embrace all of that. But I do get that same kind of attitude at times from people doing runway shows and events. They make assumptions about my intelligence level. And then when I talk about the other half of my life, then the attitude at times change. But I wonder why they do that. I don't understand why that happens.
Let me ask you a question, Bella. What can I help you on that you're stuck on at the moment? Is there anything I can help you on that you're kind of trying to find your way? And I can help.
I'm ready to kind of launch to the next level. I would say I would like to be able to travel more, to try to turn the modeling and the burlesque into more sustainable long-term. So as I sunset, launched a second one.
What is stopping you? What do you feel is stopping you? Because it's certainly not your experience, and it's certainly not your looks. So what's stopping you?
Thank you. I appreciate that. I would say the hardest part is networking and finding the right connections to make sure that you're visible to audiences and to different producers as well as agents who would want to book and have someone that fits into my age category included in their different materials.
Sorry about your age, number one, because you don't look whatever you are, you don't look. What I would say to you to do, and I learned this a few years ago, that you can actually have agents. So, and especially with the internet now, so if you go into the internet and you put in the agent for modeling or agent for voiceover, that will usually, the one I did was New York. I put in New York. I wanted to find out say I wanted an agent in New York. I'm actually in Vegas. So I went in there and it's amazing what you can find in there. And they've obviously got a lot of agents in New York. And you obviously go to the top of the list because I think that's where they have the most prominent ones are at the top of the list. And then it goes on in New York. So if you go into you go into Denver, you can do, I'm sure you have an agent in Denver. And I don't know, in Vegas, you can have more than one agent. In Los Angeles, you can only have one agent. But if you go put your name into Los Angeles and you put your resume up there or your bio, whatever you want, which is never make a bio of what you do more than one page. They will not read it. They will throw it out. They will have nothing to do with it. So you have to abbreviate because it sounds like you've done a lot. You are. And you could do that in every single state and just to see what happens.
That could be fun, yes.
So but make sure you've got a great photograph, but make sure you've got a photograph of today, not 10 years ago.
Right, of course.
Make sure you look like you look today, not what you look 15, 20 years. A lot of girls do this and men do this. They do a photograph and then they see them and, well, that's not the same person as what you sent. That's very, very important. I just had a spread in a magazine and I told them, I said, I have thousands of photographs. I said, but come down to my set, take a photograph of them. It'll be recent. It'll be 3 or 4 weeks old. So people are not surprised. Okay, so I take a good photograph and I look younger. I can't help that, but that's how it is. It'll happen to them too if they do photography well. So just make sure you got all keep your bio very short and put the most important things that you want to do right now and where you're heading for. And just do that as a fun, you could do it as a fun thing. And you've got the internet to do it on. And especially, you might want to do voiceovers. I don't know. Have you ever done them?
I have not ever done them. I haven't thought about that.
No, looking. When you go through this agent thing, you will see all these different things running down. They do this, this, and this, and then they do this, this, and this, and then they only do and they do runway modeling, and it's fabulous. This is for all of you. Vibe. You could. You could do the same thing in the music business.
Wow. I want to try to get more. I prefer being finding more jobs in Europe because I done did a lot of jobs in America, and the pay rate is going down.
Okay, I'll tell you what you do, Germany. For some unknown reason, I have no idea why, and I will investigate because I think I have to know the answer. But because
know the
everybody, all the Beatles ahead, they got a record deal, I don't know what gives over there, but they're very good to the entertainment business. But I wouldn't only go to Germany, I would just go to all of them, find an agent. They love the Americans. They love the entertainment of the Americans. They do.
Also, I'm trying to find if there's any like shows or stuff that's going on in Vegas because after here, I'm going to be driving to Vegas and I'm going to...
Don't come to Vegas yet. Don't.
So it's going to be
I mean, because of the virus, there's a lot of people out of work that are really, really good, but you're good. Well, so I'll tell you what, before you come to Vegas, why don't you just find a few agents and get your name and find out what's going on?
Well, I could do that, but I still was going to move there, either there or LA.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about the moving part, but I think I would, well, you're young. How old are you, Vibe?
28.
Okay, 28. I'm not going to say you're old for the music business, but you are.
I'm in LA for 5 years, so I was going back, not going there for the first time.
You have a good track record.
Yeah.
Before you go there, check it all out. There's no shows. There's no shows in any of the hotels.
I figured that. I definitely figured that.
Cannot drink at the bar. And if you're on my show, I actually perform out of the Peppermill, which they have a lounge, which they have booths and everything. And to come on my show, they come on my show in the afternoon. I film in the afternoon, and you have to have something to eat.
May I say something? I wanted to contribute. I only know of one other show besides you, Ninon, that is up and running in Las Vegas, and that's Rob Garrett, who is a Neil Diamond impersonator, and he is performing at the Chianti restaurant, and he has a few acts there, but it is limited, and that is the only show that I know that is up other than yours, Ninon.
Oh, you're right, but there are a few shows running around. They've got in front of them, some of them. There are shows booked, but there's nothing permanent. There's nothing like, we'll book you for 3 months. There's nothing really like that yet. They're testing because they don't have any money. But the hotels, I was in Caesar's Palace the other day, and I was actually in the cigar room, which I happen to love because I love the smell of cigars. And then afterwards I came out, I said, I'd like to wander around the hotel, see what's going on. I was so surprised. It was really, really busy.
Wow.
Didn't see too much of the 6 feet because everybody wants to gamble, and why not? But it was really, really, really busy. Very, very busy. So that was an encouragement, and I really was thrilled about that. So it is definitely opening up. It's opening up for you. Just vibe it out there.
That sounds good.
Vibe's driving. I can see his wheels moving. I don't see where he's going, though.
It's so much
Same thing in the background. Sarah, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I'm just listening.
Are you learning a lot?
I am.
Yeah. Wherever you want to move to, put yourself.
I want to move to America, but I haven't visited there yet. So I'm thinking of going for 3 months.
I would go to New York. If you want a model, go to New York. That's where I would go, 100%. They're going to start the runways. They're going to start something. Something has to give.
And it has good dance there as well, I've seen.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would concentrate maybe on one place. I wouldn't probably go to Los Angeles yet. Los Angeles is really, somebody told me the other day that it's absolutely dead. What else would anybody like to say? What else? AJ, do you have anything you would like to add to our 3 guests?
Well, I just want to encourage. Yes, I want to encourage each and every one of you. I want to thank you so much for being a part of this. And I want to stay in contact with you. You know, this is just the beginning. It's very important. I'm so proud of you for reaching out and connecting, because this is what it's all about, moving forward. We need to keep doing this. You know, I was just listening to an inspirational speaker, and he was saying on Instagram that we need to keep connecting with each other. And this is the new way. The virtual way is the new way. So let's...
You can do it where you can go. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank all of you. Now, don't forget to send all your information to AJ, because we have our website. We're going to have memberships on our website, which means on the membership it'll cost us a very minimal amount a year. You can put videos up there if you want to. You can put just photographs up there as a model. Vibe, you can put some of your music up there, because we got videos. We're not very long. We want them as short as possible. And the only reason we want them short is because the attention span on anybody right now is like 3 seconds. So if they like what you've got in 3 seconds, they'll listen to the rest of it. It's really quite weird to me, because that's not how I was brought up, but that's how it is. So send all your stuff, and then we'll get you up on wherever it is appropriate to put you up on our website. And we're also going to have on the website, we're going to have agencies, and we'll have a list of agencies. And you can, you know, maybe send stuff there. Especially for you, Bella, because you want to travel. Well, you all want to travel, actually. None of you want to be where you are. To me, it's quite funny. But and then it's funny because we've got a big shutdown and we can't go anywhere, because if we do go, we're going to be locked up for 14 days. So I don't get it. But that's just my sense of humor.
We had all kinds of burlesque shows that were planned. Colorado Burlesque Festival was happening this summer, and Mile High. There was just going to be so much activity. I was actually headed to New Zealand in May for the New Zealand. Everything got shut down, and it's so sad. I felt like I was like at this launching point, and then the world went, oh, just kidding. So it would be lovely to have some connections when everything opens up again. And I really appreciate that. So thank you very much.
Yeah, if you start it now, I think it can, you know, if you start sort of putting all your stuff in there now and getting yourself out there, for the what's his name, Vibe was saying that he wants to have hours. That's the way you do it. Social media, and let me tell you, it takes hours. I've done it. I know it.
It does.
It does. It takes that, but it's worth it. It is literally worth it. I think you've all been wonderful. It's amazing how communication can really help, and this is what community communication is. Possibly can.
And Ninon, I just want to let you know that Dilo was trying to get his video to work. It didn't work this time, but he's been ever faithful, continuing trying to get the technical.
Well, this is something new. This was a test show, so I guess we're going to have a few test shows, but they're not really test shows. They're just reality. This is what reality is, and there's nothing like. We can fake reality and have it absolutely perfect, which is not. That's not how. This is pretty cool to have everybody, you know, it's like, thank you, Bella, for coming on, and thank you, Sarah. Okay? Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Good luck, Sarah. Hopefully I'll see you again.
Thank you, Bella. I followed you on social media.
Okay.
I will follow. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, Nina.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, AJ.
Bye-bye.
It's just you and I, AJ.
Okay. It's just you and I.
You have to understand, poor AJ is trying to get this all together. So you've got them, you've got, there you are, you've done it. Okay, it's just you and I.